Hi everyone, and welcome to week 6 of HU260 Strategies in Decision Making. This week is an important turning point in the course. We stop talking about the bits and pieces of critical thinking and actually begin applying everything we've learned. Remember, the course is focused on the Paul and Elder model of critical thinking. This includes the elements of thought, the intellectual traits, and the intellectual standards. Now we'll be applying all of these concepts as we critically analyze news media. I've included links to these cheat sheets below. For our discussion this week, we'll be exploring a news article from the internet. You'll need to find a news article and provide the link in your discussion. Your task is to describe the reasoning used and identify the type of poor reasoning used in the article. The link you provide allows all of us to visit the article and see the reasoning for ourselves. Well, what do we mean by poor reasoning? We're talking about logical fallacies. This week's reading gives you several examples, and I've provided a couple of links below for you to explore logical fallacies. There are many logical fallacies. A logical fallacy is just that, a mistake in logic. Sometimes these mistakes are made unknowingly, and sometimes they are made on purpose. The news media of today commits a lot of logical fallacies. It's our job as news consumers to identify these mistakes so we don't fall prey to opinion or misleading information. Circular reasoning is a common logical fallacy. This is when a news reporter or advertiser defines something by using the original term to describe itself. For example, if a reporter were to say, "The rebels in Syria are dangerous because they're rebellious," this is circular reasoning. It doesn't mean anything, and it doesn't say anything about the real people or their cause, but it plays on your definition or idea of what it means to be rebellious. You might easily believe the rebels are terrible people, and yet the reporter hasn't provided any information. This week's work is important. What you learn here you may use the rest of your life. Let me make one thing clear though. We are not critically analyzing the people in any of the news media or stories that we read. In other words, we're not looking for logical fallacies committed by the police or the drunk driver, the soldiers, or the politicians being written about in our news articles. We are critically analyzing the news media outlet, the writing or the writer of the story. We are on a mission to analyze the information we receive in the news media and understand that we may need to research or seek further information before we draw any conclusions or make any assumptions about a topic in the news. So for our discussion, find the news article, give the link, and identify and describe the logical fallacies committed by the writer or the reporter. This brings us to our assignment. Here we will take our critical analysis up a level. We will use the 8 elements of thought or the 8 intellectual standards to critically analyze a news article. You will also include a brief conclusion where you identify logical fallacies committed in the article. You must include a link to your article in your paper. I've included a sample paper for week 6 assignment below. Use it. This is to help you meet the expectations. It's easiest if you simply list each element or standard and describe how they are used or not used in the article. Make sure to give examples. Don't skip steps and don't cram a bunch of steps together. Analyze each element or each standard individually and make recommendations if you find the article lacking. For example, if you decide there is not enough clarity in the article, tell us why and what could have provided more clarity. As always, don't hesitate to ask questions this week, and please stay safe.